Welcome to episode 13. If you haven't seen 1 through 12, please go back to my channel and check it out. It is getting exciting by the episode because, I started literally with a junkyard Bronco and a Bronco that's half of the Bronco because the owner got rid of half of it, to where it's sitting now, in which the body is off the frame, it's on a cart. I'm still working on the body, but now today for episode 13, I am going to pressure wash and get rid of all the gunk that's on the frame, all the gunk that's on the body, and then work it from there. So it's getting there, guys. Not close, but I think I'm around 50% of the progress. So, thank you for keeping track of it. Thank you for being here. All right. It took me about a couple hours to pressure wash it. The grease, the mud, whatever is caked on it is gone. And then, of course, the body, most of the stuff, the dirt, just stuff that's in it is gone. That needs a lot more work to be treated, grinded down, treated, and then primer, bed liner, and then paint later when it's back down here in the frame. The frame needs, I think I'm just going to do a straight POR 15 because you can paint over rust. There's a lot of surface rust, but there's no holes, no weak points. This is a good frame. Really good frame, guys. Now, a lot of people ask me, or you're going to ask, why don't you just take it to get acid washed or sandblasted? That costs a lot of money, guys. And I am leaving whatever the factory made, I'm leaving it here. I am just rebuilding it, redoing it, making it, better or last long, at least longer that I'm alive, hopefully. And if I need to go back in here, then I will. But for now, I think we're all good to go. So next step after this dries is treat it and then paint it, and I'll be back. The frame is not bad at all. Surface rust and normal for a, I don't know, 50-something-year-old vehicle, but there are no weak points. I already mentioned that before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight and paint it with Rust-Oleum or PR15 because that is also rust preventative. But you notice that I kept like the steering gear box here intact. I have a rebuild kit for this, but I wanted to clean it and paint it here. Even the axle as well. I'm still gonna get in there and fix what I need to fix so it doesn't leak, and change the gear oil. But I wanted to kind of go ahead and paint it so that as I'm working, then I can just do touch-up paint, right? So, guys, this is the way I do it. You can do whatever you want to do. I guess I always say it in my channel that you can take whatever you need and leave the rest. It is what it is, right? We all do different things. there's more than one way to skin the cat, if you would say. But anyways, this is how I do it, and I hope you're enjoying it, enjoying this video, because it is coming along. This paint has texture, which is like the original coating has texture, so it hides it imperfections very well.
These springs.
Yes. Gotta do the bottom too later.
Yeah.
Let's do the top for now, and I'll lay down there and do the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll the flat ones. I'll go over with
Yeah, you just go with the where I can't reach.
Yeah. All right, folks. The frame is ready to go. It is not the prettiest, but this is how Ford intended it, in my opinion. Just rough. In fact, I think on the factory they put like one coat of paint. But this is protected, top and bottom, and it will last a long time. I have a blue Bronco back there, and the body is rotten, but the frame is in good shape because of PR15 or Rust-Oleum, one of those that I use, and I know it works. So guys, you'll notice I also painted the brake lines, even though I'm probably going to replace it, but I just kind of wanted to paint it and see where I'm at with that. But I think the brake lines from the back here is okay, and I'm gonna have to make new brake lines for the front. This is the proportioning valve that I'm using. I left it there, but I'm gonna be taking that apart, of course. Power steering pump, I'm gonna take apart, rebuild. I'm also gonna rebuild the Saginaw pump, or the Ford pump right there, because it's leaking in the front a little bit. I have the seals for that. Otherwise, you know, things like the shocks, there's new shocks. Things like the springs, there's new springs. So I'm left that alone. Surprisingly, the back brakes are drums, but surprisingly they're brand new inside there. Just gonna have to take off the axle shaft because it's missing studs, but we'll fix that. So the frame's good to go. I'm gonna, you know, focus more on the body and finish what I need to finish with that, so that my wife can prep it and get it all painted and ready to go. When I'm finished what I'm doing there, I'm gonna focus on the engine and the tranny and put that sucker here, and then finish the drivetrain, put the body on top, and we're good to go. That's where we're at. Episode 13, different day. I think I'm gonna close it out here. I didn't anticipate the amount of work that needs to get done on the front clip. I have to block off some of the holes that I'm not going to use for the heater and the AC and things like that. I'll leave out some of those holes, of course, for the brakes, steering, wiring, things like that. This was crooked because I don't know much about the history of this Bronco. I discovered that I think it was hit on the left side here because it's kinked right there, but I'm trying to straighten out as much as I can. The battery tray needed some support as well, so got that done. So this front clip pretty much is ready to be painted. It's gonna be black because that's how I'm gonna go. Black here, black underneath, and of course truck bed coating on the bed. And speaking of that, guys, check this out. This is a sealant that I'm using. Love the technology. Feels very grippy and soft, but I'm not gonna leave it like that, of course. A truck bed coating will go on top of that. And if you want to know what that is, it's called the this one, the Flex Seal liquid rubber sealant coating. Really good technology. So it flexes with the body, so all of the seams right here is gonna get that. There are some seams that's gonna get an actual automotive sealant, like the corners over there, because it needs a little bit more room, but really needs to be tight. So the bed came out really nice, as you can see. I applied that anti-rust, or the conversion, and it eliminated a lot of the rust here. What you see are just the really big ones that's kind of gotten through the floor, but that's easy. That's gonna survive. Those right there, surface rust, which my next plan again is to bed coat this top and bottom, and then in the meantime I'll clean that before I do that. The outside skin is ready to be worked on, and my wife's gonna do all of that work. So in the next few weeks that will be done. Tomorrow, hopefully, the next episode, episode 14, I'm gonna focus on what it's gonna look like on the bed, the bottom, and then some of the work that I'm gonna start with the engine here. That's for episode 14, but I'm closing out episode 13 because, again, I said I don't want this to be too long, to where each episode is about an hour, because this is multiple days, right? So that's the frame. Again, 351 Windsor, and the C4 is back there. Most of the work done in-house, guys. Most of the work. And that's how you get it done. Not so cheap build, but you cannot avoid that with a Bronco. So here we go. Aloha.